outgrown them, so I have to depend on my daughter to keep me awake so I can see them now. But yeah, we do a lot of silly things.
What's a recent crappy movie you guys watched together?
Well, Mark and I recently watched the 300 sequel, which I think qualifies. Fantastic and fantastically awful at the same time. So I inherited that from my mother, for which I'm really grateful, because I think it's important to have escapes in life, particularly when you're engaged in earnest, hard work most of the time. I think it's important to have humor. We watch a lot of late night television, so thank you.
We depend on you for jokes, so you got to keep producing.
I'll try to start.
Don't feel any pressure or anything. It's really hard when you used to be in politics. Now, when I was in politics, I had a steady supply of people who would tell me all the latest jokes, and now you're it.
You're right. You know, we talked about wasting time, and I think probably a lot of young people are very good at that. Especially we have Facebook. So, what would you say, and what can the people in this room say to their friends who would rather play Flappy Bird or sit around and watch television? Because I feel like, I know this is a select group of very smart people, but it seems to me like it's hard to get anyone to care about anything now.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Yeah,
I think this whole auditorium contradicts
These kids
that.
have sport coats. They're different.
Seriously, one of the things that I think is unfair to the generation represented here, my daughter, I guess, was at the very beginning of it, the so-called millennial generation, is that they are actually more active in participating in all kinds of activities.
But giving something a like on Facebook is not really participating.
No, we are the generation that has volunteered the most in American history, even more than my parents' generation. On a per capita basis. And I think, one of the things that my mom talked about earlier, which is something that we spend a lot of time thinking about as a family and as a Clinton Foundation, is that there are so many different ways to participate now. There are more outlets and more options. Participation is more democratized now here in the United States and around the world than it's ever been before. And so I think we don't yet have real metrics to how best to assess how we are collectively participating, because we can no longer just look at volunteering, and we no longer just look at showing up at the ballot box, because people are signing petitions online, organizing online, showing up offline through having organized on Twitter or Facebook, kind of giving money online like we saw through the CGI Youth Commitments bracket. And so I think we don't yet quite know how to fully quantify really how much this generation is participating, are raising our hands, raising our voices, and already engaging and making a difference.